How can I get a script to run every day on macOS X? Cron? Launched? iCal? If so, how?
For reference, all three options would work. The iCal option, however, has more limitations than the others. There are GUIs for editing cron and launch as mentioned in other answers. Cron is the most straightforward and well-known, and there are many tutorials available. The Coles notes is to add the last line from below to your cron tab, either by editing /etc/cron tab or using cron tab on the command line. In macOS X, cron has actually been replaced by launch, but launch is backwards compatible with cron, meaning you can still use cron, but it's actually launch doing all the work. If you want to use launch, you'll want to check out other questions here on Super User as well, e.g. how do I run a launch command as root? As to where you want to save your configuration file, the plus file, as when it runs depends on what directory it is stored in and how it's loaded, e.g. whether you use sudo or not, similar to cron. A sample run daily launch plus, be sure the file and the label are the same, minus the plus for the label, follows. This script is run every day at 3 minutes past midnight. It's also worth noting that launch tasks, if they were scheduled for when the computer is asleep or off, they will run when the computer becomes available again, turning it on or waking it up, though only once, no matter how many days it may have been. Edit: I just was at an Apple document that said that if the machine is off, then you will lose any launch events during that time. Your script will not launch on startup. Sleep is launch script on waking up. Another option is to use check manual page with man@. The script can reschedule itself with, for example, use +10 minutes instead of tomorrow to run it every 10 minutes. To stop scheduling, just do @L to list the scheduled job ids and then @R to remove the job. You may have to start the corresponding daemon, run, first with, see this URL. Advantages: quick fix, no sudo/root access needed, easy to do complicated schedule patterns. Disadvantage: not standard scheduling method for OS X, which is launched.
Launch control is another GUI for launched/launch tool. While the alternatives mentioned by others are perfectly capable of launching a script on a daily basis, with launch control you can configure complex schedules, like once every weekday, on weekends every hour between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Also, it is, as far as I know, the only tool which actually validates the job. If a job does not work as expected, it will show you why. It's free to try for as long as you want.
Cronix is a nice GUI front-end for scheduling cron jobs on the Mac. Pretty decent if you don't want to go and delve into the cron documentation.
Here's a simple, free utility to generate plist XML. This URL. With this util there's no need to install a program, just save the results to your library/launchagents folder.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.